The newly excavated Jerusalem Pilgrim Road is hidden just beneath the ground and not yet open to the public. In memory of Tisha B'Av, the day commemorating the destruction of the Jewish Second Temple, we took a behind-the-scenes tour with the City of David Foundation. According to Israeli researchers, the road is littered with archaeological proof of both the temple and its subsequent destruction. Still being excavated, the ancient street was discovered by chance during work on an ancient water channel.
And looked up and we saw this manhole from down below. And we realized if there's a manhole right here, there must be a road. And we actually began with the Israel Antiquities Authority to dig right in this area. And we uncovered this road, which is the road that leading up to the destruction for 100 years, tens of millions of Jews and non-Jews would have walked up. And this brought us to one of the most incredible discoveries we found to date, which is this podium. This is the only podium actually found in Jerusalem. You can see the stairs up to where a person would have stood. Now, what would they have been saying? In the year leading up to the destruction, the Jews knew that they were at the end. We knew this. We know this. We can see it on their coins. A person would have stood up here, would have called out to the people on their way up to the temple, begging them to repent, letting them know the end was near.
Israeli archaeologists believe the road begins from the pool of Siloam, and that Jewish pilgrims would have used the pool as a ritual bath before walking up this street to the temple, up until its last days standing.
These Jews were not sure if Judaism itself would survive, and they left a memento, thinking that maybe a Jew will survive somewhere else in the world and one day come looking back, and they'll find coins that say the last stand against the Romans for the freedom of Zion, and they'll know that this was ancient Judea. However, instead of a few years, 2,000 years comes by.
These minted coins aren't the only evidence pointing towards the temple's destruction.
What you have here is the ash of the actual burning of the temple. We find this entire home, which is off to the side here underneath, is covered with the ash. This is charcoal from that last burning. And now to come back and walk up on these very same stones as a tourist, as an Israeli, somebody from around the world, it just shows how history is a circle. This comes back around again, and the Jewish people are back in the land of Israel.
And the underground pathway isn't the only layer of the temple's history waiting beneath the surface.
But underneath us, we found something very interesting. Here we can see a channel that goes underneath our feet, and this is actually the place that Josephus says the last Jews in Jerusalem hid before they were destroyed and killed by the Romans.
We make our way down a small, damp staircase to see what the ancient historian Josephus Flavius wrote about.
So we've gone beneath the floor stones of the pilgrimage road, and what we see beneath us is the opening to the underground water channel. Very carefully follow me. We can imagine those men, women, and children down here hiding as they hear the clamoring of the boots of the Romans on the stones over their heads. The Romans tear open the pilgrimage road above us, come down here and destroy all those who were here, except for a handful who made it out alive. This was the last moment, the last few breaths of Jerusalem thousands of years ago was here.
The Pilgrim Road is set to open in 4 months, and the City of David is looking forward to having people from around the world walk down this path once more. Shelby Weiner, I-24 News.